Hello, everybody, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for part 2 of Shadows Over Driftchapel, a.k.a. Lindy's Descent to Madness. She's dragging us to hell, and we're all here for the ride, especially Grant. Speaking of Grant, Grant, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about whatever the hell happened last week. You're muted.
No, I'm not. I'm just effing with you.
You seem very enthusiastic.
Yeah, I practiced that one on my head before I did it live. Woo! Sorry, wrong pipe. Hi, everybody. My name's Grant Ellis. I'm an independent content creator for tabletop role-playing games with an emphasis on 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. I have 3 books that will be published by the end of the year, one of which I'm allowed to name, the TPK Handbook Volume 2 by 2C Gaming. And I guess I'm allowed to name the second one, too, the TPK Bestiary, which is monsters designed to wipe the party. If you see me on Encounter Roleplay, some of the monsters I designed on those shows will be codified and released in a published book. And we are playing Shadows Over Driftchapel, which is flintlock fantasy. The Gloam has encroached the barony of Strand. And we are going down a descent of madness as we slowly seek to unravel the murdery of one Pelias. And the murderer is thought to be Albert Whitewittle. So, as you can tell, I'm a man of many goofy names. And last week, we managed to set the record for most innocent NPCs killed in a single session. And indeed. So, alas, that's all I got. That's all I'm willing to say.
Perfect. Greg, thank you so much for that 1 year. Things are getting serious. I'm going to make it Facebook official soon. Lindy, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about your descent to madness. I mean, your character.
Hi, I'm Laugh Love Lindy. People call me Lindy. And people find me on the internet at Laugh Love Lindy on Twitch, Twitter, pretty much all the social medias. I'm going to be playing Captain Scarlet Setsuko. Just your regular average trade captain. Not at all a pirate. Not at all a cannibal, and definitely not a worshiper of the cult of the Wandering Sea Goddess. That would be ridiculous in this day and age.
Those would all be unthinkable things. You're fine.
And yeah, those are all things that I would never have done ever. But it's a very fun character. She's just completely innocent, and is just a willing and helpful witness to the local law enforcement in town. She's assisted them in every way she can, from, just all sorts of stuff. She's just ready to continue assisting.
The more you describe your character, the more I realize that you are just playing you. It's all a facade! Oh, man. To confirm the facade, Greg, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and who are you playing today?
I am Greg. I'm Grimjack21502 on your Twitches and your Twitters. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be playing Lanrod Manghorn, who is a half-elf who could be partially cannibal too. And so I'm here to also verify that Lindy is in fact descending into madness. But right now, Lanrod is helping out the constables and the inspectors to make sure that whoever is responsible for these nefarious deeds is brought to justice. Justice. Let's do it.
God damn it.
Can he have a bunch of cliche lines like, justice is a dish best served cold?
Best served lukewarm.
It's best served raw, actually.
And there be like a shift lieutenant that doesn't get along with him, and he's like, Lanrod! Sorry. I went too far.
Lanrod's Peter Parker. Oh, man. And last but not least, the saving grace and sole, sane person that we have left. Kiana, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Yeah, I am Kiana, also known as Kiana S all over the internet. And yes, I am playing Asta Morgenthau, who is the deputy, who I can only describe as tired mom who is done with all this shit. She's about a couple weeks away from retirement, and now she's dealing with weird magic deaths and apparently a bunch of NPCs getting murdered. You know what? She's just gonna be here, just trying to get the investigation done.
Yep. Perfect. Good. And I'm here too. I'm playing Eamon Brandis, and I think he works for Aster, and that's really all I have. He's just trying to hold on by the seat of his pants to whatever the hell's happening in here, and hopefully catch a bad guy or three. And with that, Grant, take us away into Driftchapel.
When last we left our intrepid heroes, we, in fact, were following Eamon, who had entered the house of the apothecary, or rather the local physician. And as he went up the stairs, he found a massive mural depicting extraplanar beings, tentacles covering the walls, a raven visage peering into his soul. The body of the physician had been thrown from the second-story window, landing on the street below, blood spilling across the rain-soaked steps. And it is here that we return to the scene of potentially a second crime. Now, before Lindy can say that she is scooping up the brains and making a sorbet out of them and chilling it for later, let's cut the camera down from the upper rooms to the lower. So Aster, Lanrod, and Scarlet Setsuko are all down below. What do you do as this body has landed on the streets and has died on impact, or possibly a little before?
I think I've just caught up because I was chum bucketing into the water and then tripping a bunch of priests, which no one knows anything about. So I think I'm just coming up at this point after following the bloody trail, because you guys drug the other body off with you. And, you know, I'm made sure like, yep, same one. And then catch up with everyone. And I'm like, oh, how are things going? Oh, another body. We're definitely on the right track, apparently.
What are you doing here? You're a witness. You could have run away.
I was assisting with the hiding of one of the bodies that we didn't want seen.
Assisting.
Like the good constable asked me to. And so I did. Now I'm back.
Yeah. And Aster.
Don't worry. None of the procession saw the body at all.
No, you are receiving a sending spell right now, Aster, that your shift commander wants you to make sure that the witness remains under your watch and does not escape, because they have there were 2 other murders tonight and that have been reported, and those witnesses have already been slain. They died by blunderbuss.
Okay. So Aster had just ordered Eamon.
I'm playing with my blunderbuss. Some forks.
For some reason, I picture you playing it like a trumpet. Is that old Disney?
Yeah.
But it's like that scene from what do you call it? Pirates of the Caribbean, when they're just throwing everything into it, like the dinner plates, cups, in the blunderbuss. Perfect.
Yeah. So Aster had just ordered Eamon to go investigate. Is kind of looking over the body. Had just also sees this. It's just like there's just too much going on. It's just like, Ms. Scarlet, I need you to stay with us. Don't run off anywhere. If you're going to be here, either one of you can help me just look over this body.
Oh, sure, I will definitely help you look over this body. He's obviously dead, but I will give it thorough investigation.
Thank you. I can.
I will look as well.
And, we do have that guy like handcuffed with us too, right? That other suspect.
Oh no, he's very dead.
Oh, that one's dead?
I was going to say, Lindy, you played in several of these adventures.
I did. I thought
some you apprehended individuals. I think you guys have one.
Yeah, we have
the guy because I took his blunderbuss and he wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
No.
We do have a guy in handcuffs.
Okay, yes.
Uncuff me, he says.
Aster's just, okay, one of you help me look at the body.
I'll look at the body.
And one of you hold on to him.
I mean, I can do either. but I was really
Don't
interested.
let her hold on to me. I value my kidneys. Not saying I won't sell them for top dollar, but I do value them.
I'll hold on to the miscreant.
I will look at the body.
All right. As you examine the body, all the good meats have been ruined. Where the intestines have broken and the lower tract has spilled out, feces have ruined the good meats.
What a good, like a flank bit, like a thigh.
Maybe we can burn it out. The thigh. Oh, jeez. She's thought this through. She has a green screen, but behind that, there's just this like human guy. Good meats.
It's like the cow chart at the deli.
It looks as though there were signs of a struggle. The skin off his knuckles has come off. He looks as though he was defending himself. And your best guess is the murderer is still inside the walls.
Mm. Interesting.
This one's still handcuffed.
Not anymore, eh? And he shows that he had eventually worked his hands out of it.
Oh, motherfucker.
Boom!
Hey,
Pistol
hey,
shot,
hey.
back of the head.
He falls unconscious into your arms, almost lovingly.
Oh, how romantic.
I know.
Necromantic almost, but maybe
Necromantic.
right now. And if everyone's distracted by that, I'll just, just like a little.
Yeah, you get a good little sliver.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, just
Tasty
give him-
part.
And Tilana, just give him over to me. Pulled out another set of cuffs from her belt.
Why do you carry so many handcuffs? He says.
No, Eamon had the other one.
Don't kink shame anyone, all right? Constable can be what the constable is into.
Why are
Respect
these-
that.
Would you rather I shoot out your ankles then?
Well, yeah, then you can drag me all around town.
You are an odd one.
It gets worse as the night goes on. Let's cut the camera back upstairs. So, upstairs, where you're at in the large room where there's the doctor's things, there's many what looks like insane rambling writings. There is also a chest. The chest is unlocked in the corner. It's not a very ornate chest, but it looks like care has been taken to make sure it remains shut. What do you do, Eamon?
He's not a man of looking. So he has his rifle, his long rifle, and he kind of puts it buttstock down, and he's gonna try to kick the lid open, ready to bash whatever's in there.
You kick the lid open, and a violet mist is released. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay. I buttstock rifle the mist. 9. Grant, how do I die? Forever and
You don't
permanently.
die, but this is always fun. I love doing this. So, how much HP do you have? Because we're gonna see.
39.
Do you remember your testicles?
You're out.
Fucking
41.
goddamn it, Grant.
It's a sleep mist, and you're
Perfect.
down up there now. All right. So
I'm sure we hear the thud.
no, not at all. You're dealing with
Oh, excellent.
Oh man.
the heavy rain and the torrential downpours.
That's right, it's raining.
I mean, he does have a loaded rifle, and they are black powder weapons, so you probably might hear the bang as he falls.
You'd feel it bang, yeah. I mean, it's and also you see changing the shadow forms by the window, but he's also a little deeper in the room, and we look at it this way. There's here's how we're gonna handle this. Who has the highest passive perception? Is it Lanrod?
Oh, that's me. Yes, absolutely.
Lanrod, I would like you to make a perception check.
I'm
with
going to help you out here.
There's multiple people, and it's a DC of 15. If you roll a 15 or higher, you notice and hear something. I think that's a fair way to adjudicate that.
Well, what I'll say is this, Dungeon Master. I will hear the shot go off, and I will say, I'm sure he has it. and just and back to you, Dungeon Master.
Greg, are you
Alright.
secretly competing with Lindy now? What's happening here? You're
They're trying to get
conspiring
me
against me?
unfriended and unfollowed by Matt Click. No, it's a.
I feel so. That's the narrative for it.
Hey, don't you type that to me. I'm sending notes to Eamon. So, what this does then, Eamon, is I like how you're one of those people. I'm a great role player. I'll leave it blank. So what we're going to do, given that you are a lawman, I think the for all intents and purposes in the story, and I'll let the other players know as well. Thoughts are filling Eamon's unconscious brain as visions of sugar plums dance in his head. Voices are speaking to him, and whatever his alignment would be shifts 180 degrees at the moment while he is asleep. And he will awake probably in 2 or 3 rounds. You know, he'll only stay asleep for about a minute. Since you are a deputy, my assumption is you are lawful neutral, as most deputies are.
I was going to agree.
So you are currently chaotic neutral. So you go from being a lawman to Han Solo before he met Luke.
Cool, so I get to go from role-playing to playing me. Great, now I'm in the Lindy Club. Shit.
But that's what happens up there. And a shadow has filled your mind. The rest of you are free to investigate the house if you'd like, or you can continue to investigate the body. You recognize this individual. Well, you've chopped off pieces of his thigh.
Subtly, like I'll sleight of hand that so no one else notices.
Both Lanrod and Aster know that. You both know that this is a physician of was a physician of sound mind. There would be no reason to suspect suicide. And although one cannot truly know someone, there's also no reason to suspect that they would be involved in any activity that would draw unwanted attention to themselves. It might be they do something or were close to someone that compromised them. What do you do?
I look at the guy who I just re-handcuffed, motherfucker. I don't know how I can deal with you right now.
Well, you could undo the handcuffs and swear me in. Give me that little deputy's oath. Make me a man of the badge.
How do you think the
It
order?
can't be any worse off than the help you have, as he kind of side-eyes Scarlet.
I take that very personal offense right there. That is very. I have done my utmost to assist this deputy in the investigation.
I ain't saying nothing.
I nod knowingly.
That's side note. In every RPG, when I was like 15, I loved like you're introduced to the king, and I'm like, I give him a knowing nod. I don't bow. It's just like.
Well, someone should go and look in the house. I mean, maybe just back up. I could go. Well, Lanrod could go.
I'll go.
I want to know what Scarlet Setsuko does to Eamon's unconscious body. I just hear Donald Duck and Goofy singing that song from Mickey and the Beanstalk in my head. She's chopping them up.
Unconscious isn't dead. There's a difference. One's fresher. No, if I don't go inside,
Wow.
I'll watch the prisoner.
Yes. Perhaps we should move the good dog.
Well, we could all move inside. I don't see this why we have to stand outside in the rain. I mean, I'm just saying. We could even bring this body in before it becomes conspicuous.
Very wet. And
It is his home.
pleasant.
I'll just grab the dead body. We should all go inside. Yes. They will notice something they're not noticing out in the rain.
I am tired of nodding knowingly. Let's go inside.
So inside, there's a small antechamber, and there's a room to hang up hats and coats. There is a large grandfather clock, which is slowly ticking. I like how Greg's so in character, he's hanging up his coat. Yeah. And there is a winding staircase going up. You are free to ascend the staircase, or you can investigate a little further down here.
Aster wants to go check on her assistant deputy.
You find him unconscious at the top of the stairs. You see the same raven mural that he saw. There is a faint purple mist dissipating in the room. Most of it is going out the open window and kind of headed off into the heavy rain. And yeah, you find him. He's landed flat on his face. That's quite a good shiner from where he nipped his blunderbuss. And what do you do?
Lanrod will slide down towards him and kind of cradle his head for a moment and, like put his hand underneath his nose and then look up at Aster and say, he's dead.
That's what I was hoping for. I'm calling it time of death, 1900 hours.
I can see.
No, I'm joking. He's still alive.
I can tell
give him
that
a-
he's still breathing. Thank you.
He's fine.
That was a very
Did you remove the handcuffs from the drow, or are you still carting him around with you guys?
Oh, yeah.
I'm okay.
I've got him like linked, and we're looking through the cupboard for condiments. And
Oh.
I put the dead body on the table to
Okay.
get out of the rain.
Downstairs, correct?
Yes, downstairs.
You do find a set of large black robes in the front hallway. There are 3 sets, and on all the black robes is the same massive silver raven head icon.
It's nothing. I mean, it's not my religion. I don't pay it any mind. I'm going to the pantry.
In the pantry, that's where you notice jars and jars and jars of pickled octopus.
I was hoping for pickled ginger. Pickled octopus.
And these are labeled in the sacred writ of the slumbering sea goddess. We're going to use kind of an old-timey D&D alignment as a language thing. So if you are a member of a religion, you are able to speak a religion specific language
Yes.
that only you know.
Well, I will read my cultish writings on these pickled octopus jars. What do they say?
You notice most of them are being saved for... God. They are being saved for... they seem to be dated, and they're labeled for specific ordinances and ceremonies. It appears that there is a sacred feast that these were being harvested for, and the good doctor appears to be part of an offshoot sect of
Interesting.
slumbering sea goddess / raven mother cult entanglement.
Interesting. I will, not touch those because obviously they're meant for a specific occasion, and I would hate to just no, you can't do that. That is sacrilegious. So I will instead
Sacrilegious.
sacrilegious. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I will try to find any other jars of condiments or things that would go well with thigh meat, particularly. As I move aside the jars of pickled octopus.
You do find an old green jelly. It's probably been made out of cucumber that's been mixed with mint, but also green apple. It's kind of like an applesauce as well.
That's
Kind of
going
a
to do
minty,
well.
tarty, mossy flavor. Popular here in Driftchapel. It's the
Yes.
local delight.
Well, I will just kind of get out a frying pan and start cooking up some bacon. And this whole time I've got like the fellow linked with me arm in arm, so he's right next to me. And would you like some?
He's like, just place it on my tongue.
Okay.
You're quite good. Do you have any? Do you have any thigh meat?
That's what do you think the bacon is? It's bacon.
Oh, maybe that duck's other leg tasted better than his. You know, I
think the others will want some. I'll just cook extra.
you should.
All right.
That old landrod's wasting away.
Be pretty.
He looks famished.
It looks a bit, it's a bit thin. Yes.
Up the steps has the party not aroused. Has the party aroused Eamon from his
Definitely,
slumber?
yes.
So essentially,
I've caressed the jowls. I've worked my way down Adam's bell.
I slowly run my finger down the contours of his.
Oh no,
Arouse him
no,
from his slumber.
Aster
Oh,
did
no.
not
Trace
wrestle at all
collarbone with my tongue. What?
with waking. No, she basically like just turns him over. It's like, and it's kind of like, boy, hey man, wake up.
He stirs. Oh, what the hell happened?
I was hoping
You were dead.
I was dead?
You were not dead. I was hoping you would be able to explain, Eamon, what happened.
Last thing I remember, the doctor jumped out of the window, and then I went to go check this chest. I thought the villain might be hiding in it, and then I remember this. This is the next thing.
Insightful. Get up.
Lanrod will look in the chest.
This is a
In
fine
the
pink
chest, you see a series of vials. The vials look as though they have been burned from underneath. So these are more like Erlenmeyer flasks. You know, they are. There is like a continual flame spell beneath each one of them, placed in a small broken jar to try to contain the flame. And it looks like they were cooking a concoction to knock out anyone who came in. But you also sort of see an unusual violet fungi coming from underneath and kind of almost like a disease tracing out like a vein from the chest to elsewhere in the room.
My God, it's meth. And there, this vein creeping into this chest, pulsing with a.
Yeah, if you
Whoa.
follow it, it traces along the wall of the room up to the corner, and it almost looks like a wasp's nest, except it's throbbing and pulsing, just a dark shadow in the corner. Large, maybe about 2 feet in diameter.
It's a wallstickle.
We call them chesticles. It's attached to the chest.
It is, but I didn't want to be as obvious.
As we're TOS. They're like, banned. Why?
Channel
Brad
shut
Ellis.
down. What's happening
Did I
now?
hear testicles? Do I need to come up there? This is the bacon sizzling.
No, I've got them.
All right, as long as you have them handled. Let me know if you want any help. By the way, I'm making everyone bacon. I hope everyone's hungry.
I can smell them from here. The chesticles, I mean.
Your arm-in-arm companions like, chesticles? Let me go up there.
I can't just leave the bacon on the stuff. As soon as we're done, like, as long as it's cooked on the other side, we're fine. We'll hit it.
Meanwhile,
You want the fat to crisp.
the name of this group is the Face Pops. The best part is I've run this adventure like 5 times now for 5 different groups. This one's my favorite.
This happened in none of
Our own
them.
adventure.
This happened in none of them.
The other ones are like we caught Albert Whitewittle in a good 45 minutes. Chased right to where the adventure is. But this is like we're cooking up wall testicles. We're the fun group. Yeah.
TOS, chesticles. So I will, Lanrod will, of course, Arcana check this sack that's dangling from the corner. He will also cough while he's doing it.
What's your passive
God damn it.
arcana?
Passive Arcana?
10 plus the modifier.
It is 14.
That's good enough. So, no roll needed. This is tied to an ancient evil. You know that there is a creature dwelling within that poisons the minds of those it comes in contact with, and it lives inside essentially this chesticle, wallsticle, known as a nightmare cyst. And this grows like a cancer in an environment. And there is an actual being within.
There's a tough nut inside this sack. And if we have to be very careful. Very careful. I've heard tell that he can do anything that he wants, and he presses his will, and the only thing that can stop him is pepper spray and whiskey.
Or this could work. And
Very specific.
Aster is going to she is going to cast
You have the pepper spray and whiskey spell?
no. She wishes she did.
Don't we all?
No, she's gonna put a gloved hand to it. She's gonna cast inflict wounds on it.
Okay, so it'll do max damage. What would that be? It's an inanimate object. You don't need a roll.
Okay, hold on. That is 3d10 damage. So
30 points of damage.
Yep.
You destroy the nightmare cyst, and an otherworldly vortex seems to open in the room. If you've ever seen the Muppet Christmas Carol, Ghost of Christmas Future, just kind of a vortex, whole room starts to
Please tell me I'm walking up the stairs with a tray of bacon at this point. I'm an
Yes, right with Ebenezer Scrooge. And I need those of you upstairs to make a wisdom saving throw.
I brought bacon. How's everyone doing? Oh, good heavens.
I think that my whole game was just me making saving throws and just getting shit.
You need me to make a saving throw as well?
That would be a 21.
All right, so
How do
it's
I
only
get
going to
this
affect Eamon. So Eamon,
course.
roll a d10.
All right. Why not? Grant, what's the worst that could happen?
why?
Oh, that's not how you roll, guys. /D is a different command. 8.
I always had trouble with the D.
You know, haven't we all?
So an 8. You must use your action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within reach. I can think of 2 up there. So here's what we're going to do. Odds, Kiana. Evens, Greg. I'll let you do the rolling. Roll a d20. It's going to be Kiana, so go ahead and make a melee attack. With advantage. It's a surprise.
Get fucked, law person.
So, you know what? Yeah, so my flintlock pistol is out, and the only thing I have is by my side an Indiana Jones style whip. So, I'm going to whip with a 15.
What's your armor class?
My armor class is 17.
All right. Doesn't hit.
I reached the top of the stairs.
I imagine that if he
can I
lashed
come
it, if he lashed it with a whip, it might have instead
Yeah,
of
so it definitely so I guess Landrod would see, but he has a furious look in his eye, and he removes the whip and he lowers it down and sees you placing your hand on this sack on the wall, and he cracks the whip aiming for your hand, and you just hear, "What are you doing?" And it right by probably by your head.
You'll be allowed to make another save. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if you've ever heard a whip crack, especially next to your head. This is right next to her ear. It's horrifying, but the room is still spinning, and it almost looks as though a portal to another realm is opening. Now, Scarlet, you see this as well, and then Mr. Man who you're dragging around is like, oh my goodness.
I'm having a bad time. I mean, whips. I mean, if you need the handcuffs back, I can give you those. If
Yeah,
there's intruding
Ash had
on
immediate-
something. Where are the chesticles, by the way? We came up most of it. Also, I brought bacon. Lanrod, you
Police on police crime.
Yeah.
Fucking can't.
Yeah, Aster has turned around and is going to try to grab the whip out of Emma's hand. Says, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing? You touched it and evil. There's evil everywhere. What's happening? I was trying to stop you from making it worse.
Make another wisdom saving throw.
Sure. Let's see if I can roll a 7. 5. Perfect.
No.
I'm nailing it.
Roll a d10.
Yeah.
We're going to have to kill him.
Oh no.
he's gone mad.
1. Lower numbers are better
Okay.
numbers, right? It's like golf.
Oh, Eamon.
Get him.
Eamon.
Get fucked,
7.
Hoppers.
All right.
What happens, Grant?
So you use your full move.
Mm-hmm.
You go right out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I need you to make one last wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Let me know if you get a 15 or higher.
I fucking do!
Woo!
At disadvantage. No, I'm just messing.
Beat the shit!
You stop as you're about to go out the window, and the night air is hitting you. You can see the blood-stained pattern of where the good doctor fell, and the rain's hitting you, and you come to your senses. Now make another. No, you're fine. You're no longer under the effects of the whirling portal. You see small, almost like it's as if it's coming from a few hundred feet away, the silhouette of a figure that appears to be floating in a crowd. And it is coming down the hallway.
I think, yeah, he like runs. I imagine it's like a big circular window. He kind of runs over to it like the crow. And he turns around like rain splattered and like falls to his knees, and he kind of looks like in a panic. He's like, what happened? How did I get over here?
You died.
I died again?
You did not.
I've never died so many times in one night.
Quite the feat. Bacon?
Well, thank you.
Is it seasoned probably?
Oh, of course. I put some of that wood relish on it.
Oh, I'll take one. And he eats a piece of bacon.
Mint.
Bacon.
The creature is starting to take form. I'm going to... Hey. I'm trying to drop it in... I was flipping and rolled 20. Hey, it crashed. All right. Let me open up Firefox again.
Lanrod and I finish off the bacon. I'll give one more to my friend in handcuffs since a good deputy doesn't seem to be interested.
Oh, thank you. What was your name again?
Captain Scarlet Setsuko.
Captain. A distinguished honor.
Yes.
Are you looking for any able-bodied seamen?
Well, you know me. I'm always looking for some good seamen.
There's plenty to go around in this town. It's full of seamen.
It really is. That's why I stopped in the port.
Makes
My
sense.
ship, the Chum Guzzler, it can only, we have to resupply on rations and
So,
Protein
The
bar.
yes.
the figure coming down the hallway, or the portal, through the whirling vortex is massive in size. There's a humanoid in the foreground for size comparison, and the smoky cloud that is flying with it appears to be bellowing out fire and flame now, billowing it out. What do you do as a party? And it has piercing red eyes.
Ooh, that doesn't look good.
Where is it coming from?
So there's that portal that started whirling around all Muppet
it's
Christmas
going
Carol style.
Oh,
We
right.
looked at it,
He now notices that.
silhouette hundreds of feet away. Now it's looking like it's much closer, and it is a very large form.
Yeah, I think he's still on his knees enjoying a half a slice of bacon, and he looks to Aster and says, boss, what the
Yes.
fuck is that?
Is this your first time that you've had human flesh, Eamon?
I would assume, yeah. Grant.
All right, so we're going to use a book called Veins of the Earth.
You would.
Written by Patrick Stewart.
Pull that.
And there's a
fucking book
table you roll on the first time you've committed an act of cannibalism.
Mhm.
Well,
So what you're seeing, and then we're going to roll.
Trust me, it's fine.
I don't. To be fair, I don't know that it's human meat.
You don't.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
It does change your genetics. That's fact.
Now I love human meat.
All right. So, Veins of the Earth. Man. So how do the rest of you respond to the silhouette form? There's this figure, shadow. You ruptured a nightmare cyst, thus creating a connection between here and the realm of nightmares, that spot that sits between the plane of dreams and the infinite void.
Yes. That is not anything to do with the cult of the wandering sea goddess, that creature, I assume. Therefore, I'm just going to be like, we should probably leave, because I don't know how to close a portal. I'm gonna go down the stairs, grab some of the pickled
Grant, do I have
octopus.
any idea of how these things are supposed to be closed?
There's rituals you can perform. You could, largely rituals. Probably your best bet would probably be to block the doors and arcane lock them on either side and hope it doesn't have a knock spell.
Well, it's been fun, everyone. I'm going to go home, I believe.
This. Yeah. And Astra just kind of looks at the portal. Looks at him. This is not our focus of the investigation.
How do we supposed to be going to a swamp? And I'm just grabbing the jars of the pickled octopus. Could you hold some of these, friend? And I'm like, still linked arms with the gentleman.
I understand this isn't the primary focus of our investigation, but I'm pretty sure that's a portal that lets a demon directly into our world. I
So it is.
feel like that should be dealt with. This is a simple murder. This is what looks to be a monstrosity.
Eamon, I want you to roll a D100.
Yeah, you do.
This is called the bacon effect. Call it your risk.
The bacon effect.
76.
76.
How many degrees of bacon?
So your nails thicken and extend. And you can now do 1d3 points of damage when you attack people with your nails.
Bacon is delicious.
This could all be in your head, or it could be actual.
I'm now moderately inconvenient at close range.
Your charisma is also reduced by 12.
Yeah, it's fine. It's already at. I'm dead at that point.
Unless you, or turning to the other two, you have any idea how to close this. I do not have proper ritual spells to deal with this right now.
Gigolos again.
Grant, would I, Langhorn, know anything to do here too, or Lanrod, whatever the hell my name is?
What is your
What would
name?
I be able to close? Can I do like an Arcana check? Is like defeating the beast the same thing as closing the portal?
Well, it wouldn't be the same thing as closing the portal. However, it would severely reduce the threat. It's one of those things, kind of like the portal is kind of a symptom of this thing being nearby. You get rid of this thing, that portal is going to close up over time anyways, because it doesn't have this creature feeding it.
What if we healed the nutsack that's hanging in the corner of the wall?
Can't have popped it. That's worth a shot, though. You could try to. So here's what you need to do. I need you to make an intimidation check. One of you needs to shout at it and try to put fear, intention, emotion, and energy.
Oh, can I try to intimidate it? Can I also? Is there a cult of the wandering sea goddess ritual to close portals?
They have rituals to open portals.
That's
not
what
to
I figured.
close, but you could do the ritual backwards and it might close one.
I'll try that. It
Yeah.
might work. Yeah, we'll
Give it
have
a
2
shot.
portals and it'll be fine. We'll just run. Running is always an option.
So
Pickled octopus.
go ahead and both of you make religion checks with advantage. So one will be for the sea goddess ritual, In the second one, Greg's can actually be an Arcana check with advantage because he's trying to do magical shouting.
15.
All right,
Mine's
so
I'm a good cultist.
I'm not.
so here's kind of what you're doing. This is Captain Scarlet Setsuko's kind of like patch painting over this dimensional portal with a sea goddess portal. It's kind of like no. You're going to end up going into the bright depths of the sea.
Next
Yes,
to the other portal, it'll be a loop.
yes, that's what you're working on
The
doing.
one portal sucks the other portal in.
Yes. It's ordered. There's like a half-inch gap between the two. Won't be able to leave.
And this is
Portalarity.
where we create a vacuum.
Landrod has this creature's attention. However, he is not putting forth enough intensity in order to redirect it someplace else. However, he might be able to direct it into the Sea Goddess portal. You'll have to persuade it in, though. Does someone want to attempt to persuade it in, or get it to pay something?
Please, let me persuade it. Well, unless Landrod really wants to. He'll mute
Describe
it,
how you persuade a creature of nightmare.
Well,
Estelle Merdona.
I tell it. What's
Your
that?
persuasion sucks compared to mine.
My
I know.
persuasion's 6. Thank you.
Mine's 8.
Well, then you persuade it. I'll do the ritual. I said you could do it if you wanted to.
Aster,
Fine. In fact,
No,
you
you do
hear
it.
steps coming up the stairs.
Great.
Right,
This is
fine. I will
everything.
tell it. I will persuade. I'll be like, hello, Mr. Colton Nightmare Monster. You know what would really be great is if you did some nightmare networking and the cult of the Wandering Sea Goddess. And let me just tell you, they are top-notch nightmare inducers. And if you just, have a little party through this portal, I guarantee you will have a fantastic meeting, feasting upon the flesh of mortals, worshippers galore. It'll be a great time.
First things first, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit!
DC 15. You are
That's
conversing with a creature from beyond.
I fail.
All right. What's your alignment?
My alignment is, I think it's, I started off chaotic neutral, but honestly, I feel like it's lawful evil, or not lawful, neutral evil at this point.
Oh, you are now neutral good.
Excellent. I actually want to save these people now, rather than just my own hide.
Yes.
Okay.
From a place of self-sacrifice. No, so you're going, now make your charisma
trying to
check, your persuasion check.
Convince it that networking is a very good alternative. Natural 20. Thank you,
All right.
Lanrod. My cultish ways, the light.
You are able to redirect and position this thing into the portals of the sea.
There we are.
And so it goes. Everyone's minds begin to clear. However, those of you that have had your alignment shifted, they will stay that way for the next 4 days.
It's a good thing I already ate all the bacon. Also, I don't know if she considers that an evil act.
I know. And right now you got this like weird, creepy handcuffed drow guy that's like, so you got any more bacon made out of dead doctors?
No, unfortunately, the bacon's all gone.
Made out of what?
What?
Dead doctors. Cut them up.
It definitely wasn't made out of dead doctors.
I'm going to be sick.
Aster is. Oh my god.
Definitely wasn't made out of dead doctors.
It's not made out of dead
Well
doctors.
then,
This seems
oh, that makes sense.
definitely
I was
I'm
thought I was going to be
alive.
ill.
He says with a big wink, like a rocket raccoon wink, just, I'm the one that's lying.
hey everyone, what about that Erwile bog?
Yes, we should go to the
Yeah.
bog.
Well,
Well, thank you, Mr. Plot Hammer. No.
I
No.
really feel like we need to stop this Albert Whitewittle for the good of the town.
Okay, during this whole bullshit,
him.
Aster has turned around to go investigate those fucking footsteps on the stairs.
All right. Coming up the stairs are 3 individuals wearing raven masks and the black cloaks that were found in the closet downstairs. They seem shocked to see the group of you. And they're even more disturbed to find their doctor friend carved up a little.
I pulled his pants leg back down. It's like just a divot.
They thoroughly examined him. No.
We definitely didn't need them. My natural 20 might have.
Yeah, they seem very confused. And
Yes.
they explain, what business have you here in this home?
Under jurisdiction of the Black Flame, we were to visit the doctor when he went out the window.
We command thee to depart by authority of the Church of the Raven Mother, and we will speak to the company of the Black Flame in regards to this intrusion.
There was an investigation.
You have a warrant.
What warrant do I have other than being of the Order of the Black Flame, trying to bring down the crime that is here?
We
Would you
can leave
rather
on
have-
friendly terms, or we can leave on unfriendly terms, and the three of them kind of look at the open window. And you notice Lanrod kind of sees it. Two of them have moved their hands into their robes. You're not too sure what they will retrieve or what will occur when they remove them. We're asking you to depart from this abode.
Well, looks like our work is done.
What are you doing here? They see Lanrod. They're like, wait a second.
They are with me.
Excellent.
What's he doing with you?
I don't like the
Specifically.
shifty look in your eyes. I'm going to mage hand the vials of Stinky turn you into a catatonic alignment shifted person and throw them at them from the chest.
All right, so make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand check.
Wait, but here's how I want you to do it. I want you to use your Arcana modifier. Yeah, so it's kind of like an Arcana.
That's a 21.
Yeah, do it a Dexterity Arcana check, though.
Jesus, could you make this any more difficult?
Yeah, use Jeremy Crawford variant.
How's a 22?
Even better. That's what I wanted. That's my boy. So you had it in you, and it just
Just let me do the
starts
talking.
filling up the room with purple
Back away from the
mist.
gas. Back away from the gas.
I need everyone.
Not me. I
Nonsense.
I'm near a window, Grant. Am I fine?
Yes.
If we're to be
It's
honest,
going to be Aster and
Yeah.
Scarlet and
Well-
Mr. Man. I hope everyone falls asleep and wakes up in a pile.
well, yeah. If I was to be honest, I marched there and met them mid-stair. Like, I was right up again. So
They're up. Yeah, so go ahead. Make con checks, everyone.
Con saves? Excellent.
even though I knew it was-
Except Mike and Greg. So
I'll make one anyway. Just to see
Oh,
what
I
happens.
did well. How does my buddy on my arm do? He passed out. That'd be interesting.
So Kiana, how many hit points do you have?
38.
You're gonna be fine. Now, one of these guys drops like a sack of bricks as it hits. They now feel threatened. Are you guys going out the window? Are you holding your ground and fighting them? Or are you pushing past them?
Is the guy on my arm dead weight? I need to know that before I know what I can do. Oh, man.
No, he's spry and he wants to try to like kickbox these guys with no arms, just kind of like bird fighting them.
Fight him with no arms. Take him down.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's someone with no arms.
it's the Grand Ellis way.
It is. I've seen it.
Yeah, he's just kind of like he's gonna peck at him.
I
if
will
he
wait
gets
for
a chance.
I will wait for the deputy to decide what to do because I am here for the good of this group.
Yeah, and we'll go Eamon,
Now-
Scarlet, Lanrod, Aster in that order.
Well, you know, Grant, it occurs to me as though my alignment may have switched about 180 degrees, and I'm more chaotic than I was mere moments ago. And these guys are interrupting in a very important investigation, and need to not do that. And so, Eamon, who is still knelt down next to a window, lifts the long barrel of his rifle and runs his hand along its length, Lindy, do what you will. And you see that there is a drop of blood that he spreads down the barrel as he nicks himself on it, and runes light up as I activate my Crimson Right, and I fire at one of the guys in front.
You may fire when ready.
Kapow! Oh, fuck!
Describe how you blow
Also, it's fire
his head
damage.
off.
So a loud cacophonous bang happens, and kind of like that ringing noise, and then just a gout of fire rushes out of the front of the barrel and just contacts this guy's chest and just sort of melts into like a few layers of flesh and sears and burns, and it smells an awful lot like bacon. And the man falls to the ground.
Yeah, he does. And smoke and a flock of ravens fly out where his head used to be, and they kind of dissipate into an inky blackness as it, kind of hits the air.
And he says, "How's that for a warrant?"
Alas, there is one asleep, one remaining, and he kind of looks around and he's like, "I surrender." What does Scarlet Setsuko do?
Cuff him.
Well, I don't have the handcuffs. I have a drown.
There's going to be a row of men they've captured handcuffed to the bed.
Just handcuffed to Scarlet.
Yes.
One on each arm. It'll be fine. Well, if he's surrendering, I glance over at Captain Astor. If she looks like she's about to stab them, like she did that one person who was going to tattle on us during our investigation and like start a riot, because I remember that he was going to like.
Yeah, the civilian you killed. Go on, continue.
Yes. If she looks like we're going
to
take care of him, like she wanted to take care of the civilian, I will shank him. Otherwise, I will allow my arm buddy to assist me in wrestling him down, and I'll just be ready for Captain Astor's command.
He goes, "All right, you get him, you get him low, I'll get him high." And he like jumps, Frankensteiners his legs around his head, flips them back to you, and you kind of do the sunset flip and have him pinned on the ground.
Perfect.
1, 2, 3, you got him.
Steiner brothers.
Yes, the Steiner recliner. No,
I'm proficient in athletics. This is what this means.
yeah, you guys. He's down. He's restrained.
So I have him restrained, and I'm like, Captain Astor, what shall we do with this prisoner?
Firebolt.
My turn. Oh!
And
A torch to the groin gets him talking quicker than any kind of torture. Sorry.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm starting to question some of my ethics.
Your man at arms.
Yes.
I guess that's what we're gonna call him.
Literally.
Yes, my man at arms, my arm buddy.
Yeah, he's got him down. He's like, man, he's a little difficult to hold.
Oh, let
I
me
worry
assist
about
you.
him.
I'll sit on both of them.
Right.
Captain.
Is there anything you want to do to the Raven Man? You have him. He's at your mercy.
Astor wanted to pull off the mask.
All right, you pull off the mask, and the gnarled face underneath. It looks like someone has done massive amounts of bludgeoning to his mug. Based on the bone structure is quite pleasant. This was once a handsome man, but not anymore. He was most definitely the victim of a violent crime. Yes, thanks. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You're not dead.
Not
Yes,
yet.
you're alive.
Are you
I'm already dead.
Church of the Raven, or like, are you in that offshoot like type thing with the?
We are the Church of the Raven Mothers.
Okay, you're not in the offshoot.
Although we've been mixing our practices with some friends.
Oh, I think I might know your friends.
You probably do. They're pirates here in port.
Oh, I don't know any pirates. Just good, law-abiding sea captains.
Arr.
Aye, matey.
Astor kind of crouches down and leans in real close to this guy. What promises do I have that you can give that you won't go and tell the others what happens here, and that you'll keep your mouths shut.
Oh, I give you no promise that I would shut my mouth, and there's no promise that I wouldn't tell on you. I am a devout member of the faith, and to ask me to go against my principles and my religion is a crime against my God.
That's so true. I never do anything that my deity would disallow.
Your deity is a writhing tentacle monster that sleeps beneath the sea.
And like,
What?
finger.
And you know she has an idol here in town.
Does she really? I mean, if I was to this person, where would it be?
That's not one of the 2 ordinarium sanctioned gods. What?
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 What are you talking about? Look,
Writhing
I'm
tentacles.
It's masked as a piece of artwork on display, but it's on the town square at the Festival of Shadows. Which isn't as menacing as it sounds.
I love a good festival.
Do you know anything about the odd disappearances?
I know a lot
Scarlet?
of things about a lot of disappearances.
No, I was talking about the tentacle worshipping.
What?
What
Can-
about this wild bog?
I'm a witness.
Shut up, Langrod!
Wild bog.
No one cares about your bog.
I care very deeply about your bogland rod.
Listen here, Johnny Railroad. And the worst part is, Greg, I had an awesome encounter with artwork planned, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aster turns to Landrod and says, in the morning, like we agreed.
Yes. We'll take the portal. Let's open up a third one.
So
I've never seen 3.
So the bog. Yes.
I turn
that place is full of hags and witches and
Sounds exactly where Albert Whitewittle would be hiding. Right, Landrod?
Albert Whitewittle.
Yes.
What do you want with Albert Whitewittle?
He's a suspect in a murder. I'm a witness.
We want his ass, don't we, everyone?
Where?
It's impossible. He was with us all evening.
What?
Wait, where is he? Where is he now?
He should be at the Church of the Raven Mother.
He wasn't the murderer.
Well, it seems like you are. And this is indeed part of the investigation, then. Perhaps we can make do with you still being alive, and you can take us.
I have a second on.
He's like, is there a reason you guys have to be so mean and intimidating? He says as he has like his menacing black robes on, and
Yeah, Aster just kind of smiles, says, "Way of the black flame, I'm afraid."
well, I understand. And
What do you want to do about the unconscious fellow? He's going to wake up, I assume.
you can he was coming here anyways. He was investigating. If he wakes up here, he's going to sleep here the night anyways, says the Raven Man.
Well, all right.
So can you take us to Whitewittle?
Absolutely. 100%. It's a little late, but you can grab some of the, I'm going to be honest, they're not going to let you in the front gates at these hours, but if you put on the robes that are downstairs, if you know what I'm talking about, we can get you in.
Unfashionable, but all right.
I'll put on the sleeping man's mask and robes, and then there'll be 3 more for everyone else.
Oh,
It's
yes,
now nude on the floor.
I'll take the dead ones. It's got flavor in it.
All right.
Just
out the
missing a
window.
mask.
Then that will be we'll have plenty for everyone, including Mr. Arm Candy here.
I don't like the way you said that.
What?
He's like, well,
Is he not attractive? I mean,
Something tells me something. And he puts on one of the cloaks.
okay.
And then he
and
puts
with
one on
that,
the
I
other guy.
assume the party is headed towards not the Irwell Bog. Why would they follow the hook? I assume that the party is headed towards the Church of the Raven Mother.
That's
Yes.
where Albert Whitewittle is. We're looking for him, apparently.
Yes. So the
I
party.
make sure I have a pocket jar of.
I mean, the cultist did say he was at this place, so I'm sure it's correct. He seems trustworthy.
One of the most trustworthy fellows I've seen.
So you arrive at the Church of the Raven Mother. It is dark, and you have no issues gaining entrance. Now, the cultist says each of you are going to have to speak a password in order to get past the antechamber. Anyone can come in and look and admire the artwork, but in order to access the priestly quarters, you must speak and answer the following. You look into the eye holes of the raven mask.
Yes.
You lean in very close, your lips touch its beak, and you say, "Tell me something good." And then the gate opens.
Just like true dungeons.
With that, you are all free to. What order are you going in?
I'll go in second.
Who's going first?
First.
Grant,
I'll go
with
in
my-
first.
Grant, with my 18 insight, I think I'll probably be going last. Is that what my 18 insight would tell me to do?
Your 18 insight tells you he is giving you a code word that will tip those on the other side to murder whoever comes through the door.
So last is what you're saying for...
Unless you want to divulge it to your party members or call him on his bluff, it's your call, though.
So last is what we're saying for Landlord.
Yes.
Landlord going last.
Scarlet would let the deputies go first because obviously this is an investigation and I am a witness, so I will go third with my arm candies. One on each side.
Arm candies.
Yes.
Alrighty. Alas. So the arm candies are like, we won't all fit through the door.
Oh, we will if we walk sideways. Hold on. I stick the cultist at first.
Okay.
Shuffle it. I have to look pimpin' as I walk in.
Yeah. And he gets in, he whispers something, and he goes in.
Can I hear his whisper? Make sure it's the same.
Make a perception check
Okay.
with disadvantage because he's trying to be unheard.
No, I completely don't hear it.
You hear the inside of your head.
Excellent. Thinking about it.
And with that, he goes in, you follow, and then they take you down a left corridor. The door shuts, and it is now Eamon. Eamon's going in second.
Yes.
So
I
act
was
this
going
out.
in third. Have you heard
Yeah.
that?
Oh!
Yeah, Eamon's going in first.
Okay. All right, Eamon. It looks like the cult guy skipped orders.
That's all right. He's probably fine. I trust him implicitly.
Candy. How am I looking pimpin' with only one arm candy? It's fine.
All right. So, Eamon, describe how you attempt to access. So there's this raven kind of like statue mask affixed to the wall. There's two eyes, and you were given some instructions.
Eamon didn't listen to the instructions.
Landrod will be happy to help you from the back.
As you hold his hand up to
He's standing there with the rifle and he watches the first guy go in and he just walks up.
Put your lips to the beak.
Yes, put your
Look
lips
it in the eyes and
Yes.
you say, "Tell me something good." As you look into it, look into the eyes.
Lips to the beak. You say,
Yep.
right
Just
on
touch
there.
it. Just touch it. Just don't bite.
Well, all right. And he does so. He does as he's told, and he puts his face right to the. Tell me something good.
All right. You hear some sliding. You hear some shifting.
Oh.
There's some grinding, and the door opens. Do you enter?
Wow. Well done.
It's-
I also trust
There's a
you
well-lit
implicitly.
room before you.
Yeah, he walks right.
Enter the room.
He strides in.
There is a green pedestal coming up off the floor. You hear loud crackling coming from a black orb that sits. It's kind of like a crystal ball that sits on the center of the pedestal.
Yeah, he like walks in and goes to turn back to say something, and I assume the door's like
door
closing.
shuts.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit. Should I wait for everyone? Nah. And he walks towards the pedestal.
All right, what does he do?
You said it's green, glowing. What's that?
No, there's a green pedestal, and then on it there's a black crystal ball, and you can kind of hear audible sizzling and crackling.
It's the Palantir.
Oh, it's a palantir. Yeah, he puts his hammer on top of that.
All right.
It's clearly a palantir. Give me anything
So
else.
we cut back to outside, and
He's
you're
bacon now.
fine.
I don't hear
You're
bacon.
fine. My question now is for Kiana.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm like, for a deputy, I'm not good at remembering to be skeptical of things. But also, she doesn't give a fuck. She's so done. Okay. She
Just
doesn't like this at all. She doesn't like
same
being-
thing. Landrod will yell from the back. Just put your lips to the beak
know the
and look into the
instructions.
eyes and say, "Tell me something good." Same thing.
Yes, I know the instructions. Thank you. I have heard it twice now.
You were pausing, and I was trying to help.
I want to just like take a quick look around at this room, see if there's anything suspicious.
In the room, no, it's just the antechamber to go in. You can make a perception check if you're trying to look beyond your normal investigative abilities.
Yeah.
But that's only if you don't feel comfortable with your passive perception.
Yeah, my passive is 13. I'll just make one just to see. Nope.
You don't see anything beyond or hear anything beyond what you normally would, but you did hear some grinding and shifting based off of your passive after Eamon went in.
I'm going to go up to the mask and I'm going to do the thing very reluctantly.
All right, you look into its eyes, you lean in, your lips touch the beak, and you say, "Tell me something good." You hear some sliding of stone, some shifting of plates. The door opens, and you see a green pedestal in the center of the room with a... it almost feels like it's magnetized, this black crystal ball sitting on the pedestal.
Do I see Eamon?
Eamon's not there. And there is no sign of Eamon.
Yeah, this is not good. This is not good.
But I can tell you that Eamon took 78 points of damage when he touched that orb.
I'm sorry.
There's a little pile of ash next to the pedestal.
No, that was... Remember you heard grinding and stuff after he left? That was the stone sliding, dumping his ashes down the sheet.
It's okay. I have a backup character named Bayman.
I played with you before. Mike and I die in every game together.
Weird. His name is Bayman, and he's also a blood hunter. It's the weirdest thing. They're twins, actually.
Look, just like
I don't think Astra would want to go in there.
Well, you don't have to, but you can always investigate. And remember, there's... and this kind of comes, and I'm going to explain this, because I'm like a very classic D&D player, where there's this concept of player skills as well as character skills. Your character is not going to know what this thing is. They have no idea what this is in the fiction of the world. You are free to ask me, as a player, as many questions as you want if I'm not describing the scene well enough. So you know it has energy coming out of it. You can try to discern as much as you want as a character. However, you do start to get the feeling that the walls have eyes.
Yeah. Aster's not going in there. And she's gonna kind of slowly back up.
What's wrong? What's going on?
Is he dead? Did they kill him? Sacrifice?
Are you charmed? What's your name?
Oh, that's a good one. What is your name?
Well, meanwhile, Scarlet Setsuko,
Yes.
who went in,
I'm Candy.
you are being taken down you're getting taken down a long stone corridor. They're leading you.
Excellent.
Your arm candies are just kind of like, the drow's just kind of like, shoot, this is really interesting. Let's
How does my other arm candy feel about this?
He's the one leading the way, and he's
yes.
like, we gotta go, and then he takes you right out a back door. He takes you right out a back door. And with that, Aster, at the end of the hallway, a door opens, and 4 individuals garbed in black robes appear, and they have eyes on you, and they beckon you to come forward and to touch the black orb.
Do it. There's a pregnant pause as we all wait.
Sorry.
Will she? Won't
Wins, I would suspect, by the duration.
This is the revenge of the sack which she burst with her cause wounds. It's back in the form of a black orb.
He inflicted such wounds upon my sack.
There's a,
One of the cultists charges you, and he's going to attempt to grapple you. Make an opposed athletics check, because he's going to try to drag you onto that orb if he has to.
Great, awesome, okay.
It'd be great if our audience would donate and save Kira, and not leave her to a fate worse than death.
Wait,
Or donate it and don't save her.
can I try to attack this guy instead, or
Well, he's making a grapple check, so you have a
Okay.
chance to acrobatics or athletics.
yeah, nat 20.
Nat 20,
Fuck
okay,
y'all.
so you beat a 6.
She reverse
Okay,
grapples him.
Yeah, and then dips his head onto it, his head explodes. No, yeah, you've evaded him. What do you do?
How many other cultists are here?
There are 4 cultists that entered.
Okay, well, one of them is gonna get a fucking guiding bolt to the face.
They all look mysteriously like Eamon.
Yeah, they do. They all look like Eamon.
Damon.
Eamon, and Eamon.
Yeah.
Attorneys at law.
Bayman, Damon, and Cayman. That's exactly right.
My brother Eamon, my other brother Eamon.
All right, so go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt.
Jesus Christ. Chill out, Kiana. Just a
Well-
cultist.
Have you ever met me?
Anna's one of those. She's a list of a few people I won't mess with. I feel bad because she's gonna see me at PAX Unplugged and be like, "So, Jarek," and knock me out. Got that glass jaw.
She
It's
punched
haunted me for
people,
years.
I think.
I wouldn't punch you, Grant.
I don't know. I have it coming. Alas. So, yeah, that cultist is disintegrated. And shimmery, like unicorn snot, just all over the wall.
Yeah, that's exactly the image I'm going for here. Unicorn snot.
What about Landrod?
I don't believe Landrod has been escorted in yet because he was last. And he knows that he's not going in.
He's just gonna walk out the front door, and I'm gonna meet him coming.
No,
around.
no, that back door has opened. There are gentlemen on the other side that made sure it would open for you. And they see you.
Would Landrod be there?
Landrod can be there. Landrod's just outside the room.
Like when Scarlett's door opens and they escort her outside, could Landrod be there with the other two guys?
Yeah.
Oh, Landrod! Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Ah!
Want to go?
Yeah, the one Raven guy sees you and is like, ah!
No, everyone calm down. No, you don't want to be in there.
Oh, probably not.
No,
I'm guessing they're wrapping up the case. Then they don't need the witness anymore.
Eamon the
Oh, they're-
cultist, make your moves.
They're probably dead.
So who's in here? Just Aster?
Yes, and you are 3 cultists.
Yeah, I'm Bayman, Damon, and Cayman. They all see you and lunge for you because their brother Eamon is dead because you just killed him.
Are there? Okay, let's see that.
Yeah, you evaporated one of them. So you're gonna get some slashes towards your business. Let's see here. 1.
Nope.
No, I said I rolled a 1. That's fine. Totally fine. 1. Okay.
This is like Ernest Goes to Camp.
They all miss. I am the most
Armor class
efficient.
17, they all miss.
I am the most efficient at both
I feel
being
like
a
the two
player.
nat ones just hit each other in the face. Like that's just too bad.
I think Greg had to leave.
He can still hear us. He knows what's going on.
He's so done with this game. He's like, I'm out. So you see the most bumbling cultist you've ever imagined stumble towards you,
like the
tripping,
Three
tripping on their own robes, struggling to unclasp their scimitar, or their
Aster,
crisp daggers.
Aster gets her revenge now. Now what does she do?
Oh boy. What does she do? Okay. She is. One of them. Is going to cast. Let's go with.
I was afraid Greg was going to rise like the Undertaker. Unicorn snot. He had it.
Let's do. Let's create a spiritual weapon. Right on one of these lovely cultists.
All right, make an attack as a bonus. That's going to hit one, and it's going to do 4 points of damage. It's about half dead. What about your regular attacks?
My regular attack, I am just gonna swing out my warhammer on one of these guys.
All right. I'm pretty sure that hits. Yeah, they have an armor class of 12. So, yeah, describe how you kill a second cultist.
So she extends her hand, and a sword basically just pierces through one of them. And even before she finishes doing that, her other hand pulls out the warhammer and just smashes onto this guy.
All right. And 2 cultists, you're up.
You kill my brother Bayman! And they attack you.
At least she's going in alphabetical order.
No, they killed Bayman and Eamon
Oh.
with the E. Eamon.
Oh, Eamon.
Eamon killed himself.
Eamon,
Well,
Eamon,
it's better than a
Eamon.
1. Still better than
Alright.
a 1.
All right. Kiana, you're on deck again. You can attack, and
Oh, no.
What is my life?
your spiritual weapon's still up.
Okay, so that's gonna move over to whichever one. She can't differentiate them.
Big top.
Which will do.
Oops.
Whoop.
Sorry. Okay, that won't. Oh, wait.
Sorry, that was it's hitting the wrong thing. Hold on. Plus. Okay, yeah, that won't hit. That's fine.
No,
Whatever.
it doesn't. All right, Lanrod, you have reappeared.
Okay, so Lanrod would look at Scarlet and be like,
Just 1 second. Give me one moment.
We'll wait right here, and I like stand
Just,
there with my
just
attitudes.
chill out, is what the kids here say.
and he'll go in and he'll open up a secret door that opens into the room with the black disc, and
He knows
he's going
it's
to cast a fireball into the room with the cultists and with Kiana, and then twin another fireball and cast it into the room. And as these two beads of amber energy are floating through the air, he's going to look at you, Kiana, and go,
I'm terribly sorry. I know that you were ready to retire, but... And he closes the door.
All right.
You
Deck
motherfucker.
save. Now, it won't matter for the cultists. They will not be able to survive something like 16d6 points of damage. They only have 9 hits anyways. Kiana, go ahead and make a deck saving throw. I believe that's... Nope. That's... What? Is that 16d6? All right, Gregory.
Yeah, d6s.
I'm still up.
Well, that's only half of them.
Nope. Then I'm down. I
Alright.
count shit's not dead, but
53. Jeez.
In the cultist lair. So, as we fade to black on this dreary scene, Aster, you awake 3 days later. You are retired. And you are being worshipped by members of the Church of the Raven Mother as she who survived. The Firebird, the Phoenix, they call you. Because who's going to survive 2 fireballs to the face? So they think they might have much to learn from you. And they've given you a hallowed place while you're recovering from your wounds. Eamon, Bayman, Cayman, Eamon, and Seaman all died fiery deaths. Then my question for Scarlet,
Yes.
Lanrod, a.k.a. Albert Whitewittle,
Whitewittle?
dun-dun-dun. Did you take him to the Urwile Bog, or did he join you in your crew and set
Well, I
sail?
definitely was going to offer him to join my crew, along with this other fantastic piece of arm candy. What's this drow's name, by the way? I can't find the sticky note with my notes from last week.
His
My
name
name's
is
Phyllis. His name is Dinner. You guys eat him? No! Actually, no. He's like, yeah. That's how I always wanted to go.
Well, that is partially why she comes back into this port, is to recruit more food, because rations go so quickly when you're a cannibal.
And so ends another session of Shadows Over Driftchapel,
The question is,
where the
does
women are
Albert
strong, the men are good looking,
Does
and the
he join
children
my
taste
crew?
magically delicious.
Does Albert Whitewittle join my crew? I need to know this.
no, because he doesn't trust you at all. But you have a certain cut to your jib that he will allow to live.
Oh,
As-
of course. We'll have
yes.
tea whenever I come back into port, and bacon.
Yes, at knife point.
Yes, and so
Just
they'll
simultaneous knife, like one of you holds a knife and the other one as you drink tea.
make this drow fellow my spy. I was going to make Lanrod my first mate, but he declined my offer, so I'll make the drow my new first mate, because I ate my last one.
Something tells me you've had more than one mate.
I've had lots of mates. I told you, I've come into the port for fresh seamen every time I stop.
You didn't save the cultists for the seamen. Let them die.
No, he was too delicious. Sacrilegious.
I don't know what happened.
Well,
You don't
Everything went-
dabble in the cult of the wandering sea goddess. You're all in or you're not in. He had
guys, I think we won Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh no! I think we did. I think this is the end. This is complete and utter
Oh.
success.
That's where it
This is-
ends.
Oh no! Okay.
So you listened to the cultists and you agreed to go to their wicked church, eh?
They were Raven priests. I trusted them implicitly. They seemed like good guys.
Because I never told them that they dabbled in my culty religion.
Yeah.
I just was like, let me close this portal.
Well, the one that was tied to you is like,
That's true.
there's no way I'm gonna die by a shimmering spear. She'll make us touch it. I'm gonna put in the password to send us because the room essentially rotates
Rotates.
and
That's what I
different
heard.
rooms are on other sides. So if you say one phrase, you end up in the room with the orb of disintegration. If you say other things, you might end up elsewhere.
We went to the back door. It was lovely.
And it's like, what happened to the good Grant Dungeon Master that I used to know? What is this?
Grant.
I
Baloney.
feel like it was your party more than your dinner.
Yeah.
Feel bad.
We set you up for failure. That's what it is. Oh God! All right, let's figure out who these people are, why they are, the way they are, and what they thought of this game. We'll start with, I think he was the game master or something else entirely, the arbiter of our demise, I guess. Grant, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of, I guess, this two-shot?
Well, hello, my name is Grant. You can find me on the internet. I'm on Twitter's at Wise Papa Grant. And sometimes I'm on Twitch, only on unMadeGaming. I'm here all the time now. I'm going to run this session again and again and again until you all die. Sorry. No, I thought it was interesting just because one of those things where it's like, party's going to do what the party's going to do. And I love sessions where the party is in narrative control. We're going where we want to go, and we're going to take what we're given, and we're going to play the game that way, which is kind of the way it should. I mean, there were tips to go out into the Urwald bog, and there are many parties that I think Lindy in one of the games she played, they went off into the bog and fought ghouls and ghosts and things of that nature.
Elves and dwarves, and they were delicious.
Yeah, Lindy ate all the elves and dwarves. But yeah, had a lot of fun playing with you guys. I decided with the direction it was going in that I'd start using some of the traps from the book Green Devil Face by I think the people that published Limitations of Flame Princess. I can't remember. But I started using the Green Devil Face books because I was like, well, this is going to end up being more trap oriented. The Fel Mordona Nightmare Monster is actually going to be in a book that I'm publishing. They create these nightmare cysts that typically they don't put them in like a doctor's place. They're like in the king's attic. They poison the king's thoughts and send him off to go slay an entire kingdom or launch a war or things like that. So it's a higher CR monster, but I love the idea of improvising. Wait, no, let's let a portal be open to the slumbering sea goddess and we can play that. I like the creative problem solving. And that's what I enjoyed the most about the session, that and that we're all friends and we all had fun. I hope. Kiana's sick and she's like, you guys.
Yeah, we are all for sure friends and had a time. So, a stressful, anxiety-filled, fun, blasty time. Speaking of player agency and narrative control, and sometimes too much of it, Lindy, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this two-shot?
What kind of segue was that? I thought this was
I'm known for my segues.
I thought this was a fantastic two-shot. We had so much. I tried to get us to go to the bog. Greg and I carried over from our Call of Cthulhu session earlier and bickered like a merry-go-round. You do it. No, you do it. I'll do it. I thought it was super neat. I started to suspect that Landrod was Albert Whitewittle, but I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. It was out of them and the law-abiding law members. She thought it was pretty cool on the up and up, maybe. Like, I don't know. Maybe that was the guy I saw murder another guy. I don't care. It's whatever. Yeah, I hope Scarlet lives a nice long life, eating crew after crew, coming back into port to pick up new recruits. And this was super fun. I really liked the setting. I loved where we went with it. I liked seeing how many times we could make Mike cringe and Kiana like roll her eyes. It was pretty great. You can find me online at LaughLoveLindy on Twitch and Twitter, where I do this all the time. I'm nothing but fun all day, every day. I live for fun and all sorts of fun stuff on tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, Ryutama, all sorts of fun systems. Just check out my Twitter, post on Going Life.
I like how this whole thing could have gone a very different way. Did you see the guy who killed him? Yes, he looked a lot like that guy.
That guy.
Great. Well, let's wrap this up.
I told you it was really hard to see. There was a lot of rain.
Let's wrap this up. We found him. That was quick. Speaking of finding him and forming cults, Greg, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this two-shot?
Oh man, like Grant says, this is the D&D at its purest sense. And I'm not saying that this is the right way to play D&D or the wrong way to play D&D. It is a great way to play D&D as you sit down with your buddies and you just have fun and you experience a new system, a new setting. And that's the best part about D&D. You if you come out of it happier than when you went into it and more sad, okay, successful session. I am both. I am happy. And I am GrimJack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. You can find me here on unMadeGaming every Monday night, where I GM Atari Twilight, which is the Tales from the Loop, my opus to the 80s that never was. And we go from 8 to 11 Eastern every Monday. Please join us for that. Also, Spotify playlists available on my Twitter, as are my other commitments, including my own channel, where this Friday from 12 to 3:34-ish, we're going to be killing a bunch of people in Outbreak Undead, the system from Renegade Games, made famous by Ivan Van Norman on the We're Alive Frontier show on Alpha. Other than that, have fun. Come back, see me on Monday here on unMadeGaming, and always have fun when you play D&D.
Eat your friends.
Make friends and eat them. I'm so looking forward to that zombie game, mostly to watch people eat their friends. And last but not least, our sick little babs. Kiana, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what did you think of this two-shot?
This was a lot of fun. I very rarely play the character that doesn't give a fuck. Because I generally care a lot about what's happening, and so when he asked her, which is I don't care, whatever needs to get the job done, which kind of ended up with her retirement, indoctrination into the church, which is a little confusing for her, but yeah, how many fucks does she give? I don't know. They went somewhere. But yes, I am Kenna. I am known as Kenna S all over the internet. And Twitter is where I like to hang out, and it's the best way to figure out what I am doing, because I am literally almost all over the internet playing role-playing games pretty much every day. Like, Sunday's the only day I don't play. So if you like role-playing games, that's definitely where to find me. And I hope to play with these people again very soon, because this was a ton of fun. And just, you can have this amazing grimdark setting, but throw these chuckle fucks into it, and you know what? Where we end up.
And you're muted, Mike. I bet you it's great.
Greg, I say that to you at least once a week, and it hurts. It stings when you said it back to me. It hurt like a little bit. This was awesome. I had a blast. Not what I expected at all when I pitched the idea, but I'm so glad it happened the way it happened. I will remind you guys, if you liked this, there's currently a Kickstarter for the adventure kit that Grant used to make this. I highly suggest you go check it out. I think it's like super cheap. I think it's like maybe $20 or less on Kickstarter. Go check it out. They have two of them, and I think if you get this one, you actually get a discount on their first one, which is Oath of the Frozen King, which is equally cool. And they're super adaptable for any setting and any game. Actually, they're not actually tailored to 5e, so definitely go check those out. As Greg said, he's here Monday. We have games Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday here on the channel. If you're not following us on social media, do so. And with that, we're gonna get the heck out of here, and we're gonna raid our friend Encounter Will, who's currently playing Warhammer. I think, pretty sure that's Warhammer Day.
Yep.
So yeah, let's go raid him, because you can see all of our shining faces on that channel at some point during the week. With that, bye bye everyone.